So 43 class, I got a homework question, so I was going to show you guys how to do it. So we got a rock that contains a mixture of some element, this element that has this half-life, and then lead, and then we determine that 15% of the original element remains, whatever element this is that has this half-life. So the question is, how old is the rock? Now, the formula, if you clicked on view an example, the formula that it gives you is this thing right here. Alright. And it's fine to use that if you want, but there's an easier formula that, in my opinion, is much easier to use for a problem like this. And this is that formula. T equals the half-life times the log of the percent that remains divided by the log of 1/2, or 0.5. You can use the decimal there. But this formula gives you how old some element is, or sorry, how old some substance is, if you know its half-life, which we do, and you know a percentage that now remains, which we do. So this formula right here will give us the age of this thing approximately. So you can do a couple of things. If you've got a calculator, you can throw it in the calculator. So the half-life comes first, so that's 1.5. Alright, and notice it says billion right here, so all you have to put in is the 1.5. And then times the log that remains. So I would just press log. The percent that remains, we write this as a decimal, so 15% remains, so that's 0.15. And then we divide that by the log of 1/2. And again, I just write that as 0.5. Alright, so there's our answer, 4.1 roughly. So 4.1 billion years to one decimal place. And then part B says 55% remains instead of 15%. So instead of 0.15 here, I just hit second enter. Bring that back and change that 0.15 to a 0.55. And there's my new age. So 1.29, that'd be 1.3 to one decimal place. Alright. So there's how you do that. If you want to use Excel, keep practicing using that for your final exam. That's fine if you want to use it for here. But it's the same thing. It's just that when you type log, you just use this log 10 instead of the blank log like it was on the calculator just now. So use log 10, and oops, let me put in the half-life first, equals 1.5 times log 10, double click, and then 0.15 is the original percent divided by log, and then again you type the log 10, and then 0.5 for a half. Alright, so there it gives the same exact number. Okay, and then I can go back up here and change that to a 0.55. Alright, and there's that number. Okay, so you can do you can use Excel, the log 10 version, you can use a calculator, just as long as you put it in there correctly and you have a scientific calculator. Either one will work.